Revolutionary greetings, comrades. The Communist Manifesto says, and I quote, the executive of the modern state is nothing but a committee for managing the common affairs of the whole bourgeoisie, close quote. The majority are celebrating the election of the new British Prime Minister, who is of Indian origin, Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. This celebration reminds us of the celebrations that happened when former President Barack Obama was elected as President of the United States of America. I recall that even Ingane Zoma, a musical group in South Africa, composed a song in honor of former President Barack Obama. And when Barack Obama was elected as President of the United States of America, he was seen as a man who was going to advance the interests of the African people and that of the African continent in the United States. Many are thinking that the election or appointment of the new British Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, is going to indeed advance the interests of the Indian people and India as a country. But the manifesto, Communist Manifesto, reminds us that the executive of the modern state is nothing but a committee for managing the common affairs of the whole bourgeoisie. What does this mean? It means that, as we witnessed under the presidency of Barack Obama, he did not champion any African cause. President Obama was American, representing the interests of the American ruling class, the deep state. It is under President Obama that Mama Gaddafi, our brother leader, was murdered. Today, the people of Libya do not enjoy any democracy. I remember that we marched in Pretoria, protesting against slavery that is taking place in Libya, thanks to the administration of Obama. And anyone that thinks that Rishi Sunak, because of the color of his skin, will represent the people of India, and even some are saying his father grew up or his parents grew up in Kenya or in Africa. The British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak represents the interest of the ruling class in Britain. He does not represent the interests of the Indians, poor Indians for that matter, who are scattered all over the world. He does not. Just as Obama did not represent the interests of the Africans, he represented the interests of the ruling class, the deep state in the United States of America. As communists, we have said capitalism has no color. It does not matter whether you are black, whether you are white, whether you are Indian, whether you are Chinese. A capitalist is a capitalist. What we strive for is for the workers to gain hegemony over the state. In other words, we'll only celebrate, irrespective of color, a prime minister or president that represents the interests of the working class, and in our case, and the peasants. It is not about the color of one's skin. It is about the class that they represent. We are going to elections in Zimbabwe in 2023. We do not seek to elect a person based on their ethnic group. No. We do not elect, and we should not elect a person because they are either of Shona origin, they are of Ndebele origin. No. We must elect a leader that is from within the class that we represent. In other words, we must elect a leader that is put forward by the progressive working class and peasants. And the leader that gets elected as president of Zimbabwe in 2023 must work within a collective. The working class and the rural people in Zimbabwe must gain hegemony over the state. That's what we should celebrate. Whether next year in 2023 Ndebele becomes president, we will not celebrate if he represents the interests of the the ruling class, the deep state in Zimbabwe, which is militaristic in character. We will not celebrate. We will not celebrate the hand of power from one representative of the bourgeoisie to the other. We will not celebrate as the working class. So this is why we should not celebrate the election of Rishi Sunak as British Prime Minister. And we did not celebrate the election of Barack Obama as the United States President. Because he did not represent the working class and the poor. He represented the ruling class. And in Zimbabwe, we should not celebrate any person who emerges victorious, whether they are from the opposition, whether they are from one faction of the ruling party. No. Workers must gain hegemony over the state. That is what we want. And we must mobilize society for that to happen. As Comrade Zwelinzima Vavi once said, that we should not mourn, but we must mobilize. We will not be given a leader that represents our class by anyone. It is us who must organize ourselves. Please share your views in the comments. I know that I have many comrades that follow this YouTube channel who are busy celebrating in Britain that there is the prime ministers of Indian origin. And I know there are many that still have this hangover in the United States that under Obama it was better simply because he was black. No. Please write your comments in the comment section. Please circulate this video. Please subscribe. As I close, I repeat what the Communist Manifesto says. I quote, "The executive of the modern state is nothing but a committee for managing the common affairs of the world bourgeoisie." Close quote. Amandla, comrades.